Sensei Dave Hills here, folks. Today we're going to talk about flexibility. It's a funny subject because most people don't understand it at all. If you ask somebody what does the word flexibility mean, they kind of scratch their head, will vaguely come up with some sort of thing about bendability or show you something, or but really think about it. What does the word mean? Flexibility. It means the ability to flex. It's entirely about muscular contraction. Let me explain. Your body is just a collection of bones, and where they come together is a joint. Every joint has at least two muscles that activate the joint. And if we use the elbow as an example, I have a muscle on one side of the joint here and a muscle on the other side of the joint here. And the one on the top here, the bicep, when I contract it, all they do is shorten. So it attaches here, the origination point of the muscle is here, its origin, so I'm going to put my thumb on it. Then I'm going to take my index finger, I'm going to put it on the insertion point, which is just past my elbow. And now, when those 2 points come together, that shortening is the action of the muscle. So, if I, for instance, can't straighten my arm all the way out, people would say, oh, I lack flexibility in my arm. Well, what they're really saying is that I lack the ability to flex this muscle, my tricep, hard enough to overcome my bicep. Or if I couldn't close it all the way, same thing. If somebody lacks the flexibility, the ability to flex their bicep, it would show up by a tightness of the tricep. So really, it's a muscular imbalance on one side of the joint. The place that we really need to address this, especially as Westerners, because we sit so much, is in the hip. So if you think about this joint, put your feet together, keep your back straight, and fold it to hip, it's like a giant arm, right? Muscles on this side of the joint, muscles on this side of the joint. And it's these that we have to think about, because most people walk around with their posture with their hips kicked back slightly because of sitting all the time. So what we do, and one of the things that kettlebell is going to really be a great assistance in, is opening up these muscles. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to do what we did before with the index finger and thumb. You're going to put your thumbs just above your glutes, and then your index finger on your glutes. When you bring those together, it pushes your hips forward. Put your thumbs on top of your hips, sort of on the lower abdomen, and then your middle finger on the upper thigh. When you bring those together, the following action happens. So in this position, I'm firing my psoas muscle. That's the muscle on the opposite side of the glute. And the harder I fire it, the more it stretches my glute. And now if I go the other way, fire my glute, the harder I fire my glutes, the more it opens psoas. Stretching is potentially the most important thing that you can do to stay healthy. Keeps all of your systems open and functioning much more smoothly. It makes everything easier. So, highly recommend it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.